Hello guys, Garcia here. This is part 3 of our Brigandine playthrough. So let's continue. We have an attack from the last episode that we need to finish here. So let's do it. I hope we have enough to fight them here. And we already moved our troops in the south. So we just need to worry about this battle for this turn. So as I said, they are going to have a very good front line here. So hopefully we can create a decent wall here. Our main priority here really is evolving Chantail here. He needs to be level 10 at least, so he can have better spells. When that happens, everything will be easier, for sure, for us. Okay. Linus. She's already level 7, she's gaining levels pretty quickly. Kylov, not so much. He is going to be the last part of our wall during this battle here. Which usually means that I will not be able to like give him the last hit on a dying monster to be able to give him the XP, you know? Because usually when the enemy is moving towards our wall, the last knight is still like a little bit behind, you know? But at the same time, eventually when Chantail here and Lioness are powerful enough, they will be able to cover for him, and they will be able to like leave enemies in lower health situations for him to be able to deal the final blow, you know. And then when he becomes a knight, I can finally use him to actually straight up just move him forward and attack beyond our wall, because he will have enough defense. And also remember that also he has the holy armor, so his defense is already going to be better than normal. We just need to be careful with enemies like this, for example. Double black elements. Definitely these can do like 200, maybe even 300 with a critical hit to our guy here. So you need to avoid fighting those types of enemies, but other than that, like this battle is a good example. Palamedes here, the knight from Norgard, actually is the next level of our Kylov here, and we already fought him before, and he has the black element, so he's actually very dangerous both for Lioness and for Kylov, because he's using the elemental armor. So we have to be very careful with both here. We cannot leave holes in our wall here, because if we do, the enemy for sure is going to try to squeeze Palamedes here to try to end the battle quickly by killing one of our knights here. Alright, Phoenix. Okay. Alright, this is a pretty decent wall, I would say. I don't know if they are going to start attacking next turn. I think they are close enough. Maybe not, actually. We'll see. Maybe if we do this, maybe then I will bait the unicorn here. And I'm going to keep the demon in a strategic position here. So she can use the curse spell, which is the best spell that she can cast. There you go. You already moved. So that's our target for now. We need to kill this dragon. Or actually maybe not, because he has 2 unicorns. And that's actually going to be very problematic for us, because the unicorns usually stay behind the lines, or not. He just did what he never should do here. So yeah, the AI of Brigandine never ceases to amaze, to be honest. It's very bad. The best thing that he could possibly do here is actually move, put the dragon here and the lizard man here where the unicorn is, and leave the unicorns behind, and then move the rest. Trouble is, he moved with his second knight, his first knight passed the turn, which means that they will basically have an incomplete wall for the entire turn here. So this is our shot here. Alright, so... oh, this is pretty good. We have Geno Flame, which is a flame-based spell, obviously, so is fire element. And this guy is water element, so we are going to give extra damage to this guy here. So, I'm also going to try to kill this unicorn here, but probably it's not going to work. Or maybe. I think I have enough here. We are going to have to reorganize our wall here, but remember the priority is to level up this guy right here. So the more XP we can give him, the better. Even if it is just a little bit, because the unicorn is not going to give us a whole lot of XP. But there you go, that's good enough. Let's see if we can heal anybody here. Oh, the giant for sure, because he took a critical. There you go. Okay, so I'm going to move Lioness here, but just one square. I'm not attacking with the Phoenix this turn. She's going to be more important next turn. Right now, the most important thing we can do here is to keep our wall steady here. Alright, so I'm not going to attack the Lizardman. I'm going to attack the dragon actually. So the idea here is to try to leave the last blow here to Kyloff. Let me think. Well, yeah, let's just form a bigger wall here. That's an aggressive. Every time the AI moves the sorcerer ahead of their troops like this, because they use the road, so they have extra movement points. Every time they do this is because they are kind of panicking in a way. Like they saw that their first move didn't work out so well, so they are bringing more troops to cover the space here. But it's too late because the formation is already broken, you know. Alright, so let's use Curse. There you go, that's why I didn't attack with all of my creatures. I didn't attack with the Griffin, the Lizardman here, because I needed to deal damage with Kyloff here. Not like a huge amount of XP, but pretty decent. There you go, got a level. Now let's kind of reform the wall here. In a way, not going to be perfect, but at least this way the only unit that can reach me is actually the dragon, not Palamedes, his Norgard's knight. Luckily his main knight, which is the cleric, Roadbull here, or Roadbull, he's actually way behind, so we should be fine. And this is the turn the AI usually moves the melee fighters to the front. So Palamedes will try to attack somebody from my wall here, and we'll probably be able to kill him. There you go. Oh, that's great. The giant actually hit the attack. That's actually very rare. The giant, as I told you guys before, the giant, the clay golem, there's a few, the Mandrake, there's a few units that are just absolutely terrible in the beginning of the game. Can I hit a Thunder here? Yes, actually. Maybe I can kill him. Maybe, but I need the giant to hit again. This is going to be rough. Well, well, well. Wouldn't you know? That's so crazy. Usually this doesn't happen at all. Usually the giant misses all of his attacks. But this is a good giant. He's already level 5, so I'm going to heal him. Hopefully we can evolve him later on. Okay. So let's use Thunder on Palamedes here. And in the next turn, or not in the next turn, with my next knight here, I probably can finish him off. Oh, that was close. Next one probably is Lioness. Or not, unfortunately. What happens is, because it's in the order of levels, from the highest level to the lowest level, that means that if two knights have the same level, like two knights have level 7 for example, they will alternate between who moves in each turn. So in this turn, turns out it was Zerfin here, which is terrible because he has Geno Flame, which is that area spell you just saw there. We need to win this turn, otherwise we are going to be in huge trouble here. Luckily we have Lioness, and as you can see, she can basically demolish everybody here. What I'm going to try to do here, I don't think I need to hit him again, because Holy Word is a white element spell. So with the bonus, I'm probably going to be able to kill him here. So let me see what else can I do here that is going to help. The dragon, yeah. So I'm going to try to deal as much damage as possible to this dragon to see if Lioness can kill him also. This griffin's kind of far away, so I'm not going to do anything. You just chill here. I'm actually going to attack with the Phoenix. They have the same elements, but the Phoenix is very strong. I think Lioness will be able to kill both here. Maybe even a third if I can get a critical hit on the goal here. Maybe, we'll see. So, Holy Word, go. So the ghoul survived. Hopefully the others don't. Oh man, by one HP. There you go. We got him. And we also got the dragon too. So all according to plan here. I'm more afraid for our units. We have a couple of units that are almost dying, and I don't want to lose units right now. So hopefully we can... Oh my god, we got 3 levels. That's amazing. Her rune power is already 288. That's amazing. Alright, so let's see if we can give Kylov some XP here. He can kill the ghoul, but it's a ghoul. It's not like something that's going to give us a whole lot of XP. I'm more gearing towards the attacking the Griff here. Let me see. I can use him to attack here. Damn it. The way this is positioned here is not great for what I'm trying to do here, to be honest. I need him to kill. If he doesn't kill the Griff, we are going to be in trouble here. Ooh, alright. That's going to be rough. Oh, actually, at least we dodged one attack here. Let's put this one to protect Lioness here. Because he's vulnerable to like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attacks in the position he's in, unfortunately. Sometimes the gamble pays off, other times it doesn't. There goes the Wyvern, which is one of the ones that were almost dying. The other one is this one, but that's okay. Alright, let's kill another knight. That's going to help us a lot, because in the next turn we are just going to move, but they won't have any knights to do anything like really relevant in their turn. If I knew I was going to deal this much damage, I would have attacked with the rest of my troops, but there you go, we got a rock to replace our Wyvern. That was very, very successful attack. Everybody that we needed to like give levels to got a bunch of levels. Pretty solid. So let's see what else is happening in the world here. Asgareth is actually attacking Almekia. Oh, they actually lost. You don't see that every day. They are recovering the castle we gave them back here. Random quest. 14 HP. Girl's voice. Oh yeah, yes. This is one of the. This is one of the quests that gives us an actual knight for our kingdom. I actually used this lady many times before. She's pretty good. So her dream basically should be like a great dancer, but she has like rune power, and the war started. So basically, the character of your army that meets her convinces her to go to your kingdom to become a rune knight, and try to like help her make a name for herself that way, and becoming a dancer later on, you know. As I said before, I'm going to tell you guys the story of the characters that I find like really relevant. This one is just a small thing, nothing too amazing. Alright, so here's the new knight, Cortina, is her name. As you can see, she's very strong. She has 199 rune power at level 1. At level 1. That's very, very, very impressive. So I usually use her when I get her early to form a different team. I'm probably going to use her during this playthrough too, but not now, obviously, because we are not expanding right now. We are just giving XP to our main army here. So this is going to replace the wyvern we just lost, which is fine. The rock is actually better than the wyvern. The only problem is that the wyvern has actually 2 evolutions, and the rock doesn't. It's going to become a phoenix, and that's it, you know. That said, having a bunch of rocks obviously is pretty good, so that's okay. There you go. So our powerful front line is back. Chantail, in the next level that he evolves here, we'll be able to switch classes finally. And Kyloff is finally getting some levels. Still not amazing, but we already have several that are level 6 and stuff. So it's pretty good. Okay, so let's send folks to do their quests here. And let's move our troops back. Vaynard is not going to have a good turn this turn. We defeated 2 knights, so they essentially have 2 less armies to defend themselves. And I like playing a lot with Vaynard because essentially he has this castle that has already been conquered here. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So they have 4 castles that they need to defend, you know. Of all the actual kingdoms that you start with, in this game they are called countries. Norgard is the one that you need to defend the biggest amount of castles. Obviously the Isgar's Empire needs to defend more, but they are not like a story-based country to play with. You can play with them, but they barely have story sequences and stuff. They are like an extra. But Norgard is the one that is the most difficult. That's why I like it, by the way. As I told you guys in the first episode, is the kingdom or the country I played with the most by a huge amount. So let's execute the move. So they will get the castle back. Let's see what they will defend this with in the next turn. So let's switch gears to. So this is actually interesting. Usually when they have when the AI doesn't have a whole lot of territories left and they have the leader somewhere, sometimes they don't quit a battle even when they are Basically, they have one army less than what they should have, which is 3. They have just 2 here. So sometimes they just stay for some reason. This guy, this Diadem fellow here, is absolutely a nightmare to deal with. He's almost unbeatable. He's very strong. He's the only paladin in the continent, which is the last evolution of the Cavalier here. So I'm not going to deal with these people at all. So Iria or Idia here. They have a lot of weak units, but they will be attacked this turn for sure. Almost 100% chance. And what we have here... Actually, I think we are going to attack here. Then you might think, whoa, but this is so much easier. Well, it is, but we need a battle that lasts for us to get XP for our troops. There's no point in just attacking in places that we know people are going to retreat. We need to like defeat some creatures to deplete them, you know. So let's just save. Always saving. Sometimes the AI behaves in mysterious ways here. So sometimes they attack a place that they normally never attack, or they use a combination of troops that you can't actually defeat, you know. I don't think it's going to be the case this turn, but there you go, they got a castle back. They got attacked, obviously. And they lost. Ooh. That's actually interesting. Icecalio had 2 castles that were behind the enemy lines. One got attacked and their troops lost and they retreated. And the other one is this one, which means that if we defeat them, all of their troops from the 2 castles that were behind the enemy lines will be automatically relocated to Icecalio. So that actually helps them, because now they will have all of their troops back in their original spot, which means that they can attack upwards and reconquer all of the castles they lost so far. Very interesting dynamic here, but we need to win first. I don't know if they are going to stay or if they are going to quit. One important thing here is that you can always run away with your knights, but if you run away in a situation like they are right now, which is they don't have a direct connection to any of their actual castles, so they have to run away going through the enemy lines in the map. So what happens is, usually when they force a retreat, they leave troops behind because they just can't take everybody. So they usually lose a lot of creatures during the process. So they might not run just to avoid not losing troops, to avoid losing troops. So let's see what they are going to do here. Okay. The first turn they never run away. We are only going to start understanding their plans in the next turn. So I don't like using a Pegasus in my front line, ever. But for this one is slightly different. We need to apply pressure right now to see if they like run away and leave troops behind for us. Their best troops are not here, are with the king. So they have a Gygas and they have a Bahamut, which is one of the strongest units in the game. But they are in the south, they are not here, unfortunately. Those would be great troops to get. Oh, damn it, I misclicked. That was a mistake. You always want your angels and your demons behind, like right here, for example. You always want them at that particular spot, because you want them to be able to use their powerful spell. In the case of the angels, is the Divine Ray, and in the case of the demon, is the Curse spell. which is a very powerful like single target spell. Okay, so let's reallocate everything here. So you come here. The clay golem, as always, early on are just rough. They don't help. Here. Yeah, the wall is going to not be like complete here because of the golems, mostly. Oh, he's not attacking yet. That's actually fascinating. Oh, that's a terrible position for that dragon. That dragon is dead. That is pretty bad. But that's what happens when you don't have a complete wall. There you go. Our monk paralyzed. Well, not anymore. But that's a terrible play. Because that means that he's not going to move forward. So he's going to be a non-factor in the next turn. So in the first turn, when you are assembling your wall, you always want to move with your troops. You never want to be like completely behind them, like is happening here. I don't like attacking rocks because they can paralyze you, or not paralyze you, petrify you. But it is what it is. I'm not going to attack with the angel actually. And I'm going to choose protecting my knight on my knight here because he's going to take a few here. Luckily he's a melee character, so he's pretty resistant. Victoria. There you go, she used the elements correctly here. Oh, don't, please, please, don't. Oh, damn it. So I can use the Divine Ray and just pulverize the dragon here, because I can use 2 Divine Rays on the dragon. Actually, I'm going to do it differently here. Camden here is level 14. Ulster is 13. That means our monk is going to move first. So I'm actually going to use the Divine Ray here to give the XP to the monk. And I'm not going to use Divine Ray here, I'm going to use Holy Word. I think it's better because this one could be a grind. There you go, so the rock is going to be pretty close to death here. And we hit the knight too. Okay. So let's see what we can do here. I don't think attacking the rock here is a good idea, obviously. The rock is the type of enemy you just catch from a distance, you know, or with spells. You never like fight them like I'm doing here, basically. You want to avoid it. Sometimes you can't avoid it, obviously. So let's move the golem here. Let's use Cure. Cure is a remove status spell. So heal is the one that heals HP, you know. Kind of confusing, I know, but it is what it is. Almost dead. The Jinn is a ranged unit. It starts with like an elemental stream that reaches 2 hexes, as you saw right there, and later on when it evolves to the final level, oh, that's actually awesome. And when it evolves to the final level, it reaches 3 hexes, so it's very powerful and useful too. The rock might die here, but I think overextending here is justified. Come on, petrify the demon, come on. You can do it, you can do it. Not getting lucky today. There you go. So, sometimes they do this too. If you noticed, that entire sequence did not make any sense. Because what happened basically, I actually need to move with her first. What happened basically was the first knight decided to counteract what we did, which makes sense. But the second knight was already in retreat mode, basically. So they just basically left their troops here to be killed. They just abandoned their buddies behind here. Charlene. Yeah, the rock is going to die for sure. I don't think it can survive here. Maybe I can protect it. Actually, I'm pretty sure I can protect it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to actually be very aggressive here. I'm going to actually send my cleric to attack. Just as a diversion here. Because the mage cannot attack, because he needs to retreat, right? So if I kill the demon and the giant, there's no way my rock will be killed. Because I can heal my rock here. And the only thing that he's going to have to attack the rock is the lizardman. And the lizardman doesn't deal enough damage. So this should be enough to protect our buddy here. Oh, the demon survived, damn it. Probably I need a critical hit there. But at least I can heal the rock again. So there you go. So I think we should be fine. Oh, I still have another knight, I forgot about it. Maybe we can actually... we can be like highly ambitious here. Let's try. If the petrifying effect worked there, that would be a colossal blow to Yscalio. They would lose their best mage for a turn. The unicorn is actually one of the worst units to level up because it only levels up basically by healing, because attacking with it is just terrible. So there you go. The Centaur is getting a bunch of XP. The level Centaur is actually pretty decent. I think it's called High Centaur. And he actually has one more hex of distance in the arrows, with the arrows. Okay, extra XP. There you go, they retreated, but they didn't lose any troops on the way, but we killed a bunch. So another successful attack here. Luckily we protected the rock, so the levels were not wasted. Asmit, traveling through the mountain. Oh, Knight of Leonia, I see. Oh, I remember, this is a cleric or a priest. It's also a drunk, actually. I think they convinced him to... Oh, finally agrees after a long talk. Or it may be that he's sobering up. He convinced me to talk. Reminded me of Rier, which is probably a person that died, right? Or maybe not. Maybe she's alive. I actually need to read his story to remember. So he decided to become a Rune Knight too. As with everybody here in Leonia, he's also a priest. Leonia has so many healers. That's probably alongside the rock. The rocks, their main strength is having a whole lot of healing. Man, we are getting so many bad quests, so many There's a lot of quests that just give you give the particular knight that is partaking in the quest. It gives the knights like extra strength, extra HP, extra MP, extra rune power, and so on. But remember, we are not using these guys here for the most part, so it's kind of a waste of time. It'll be better if they just brought back items that we can equip in our knights, you know. Winter. We have knee deep in snow here. So let's send everybody to quests. So Asmith. Asmith is the one that's rough to send to quests because he's actually very strong. Gallon one is actually very strong too, because he starts with a decent amount of rune power. So I'm going to send everybody to quests, including the new guy. Let me show you guys the new guy here. So Jorg. There you go, level 8 priest. So let's read his story. Very respected priest in Leonia with a lot of potential. That was until he lost his lover. Yeah, she's dead. In an accident which led him to start drinking, quit his job and retire to a remote area. He knows that what he's doing is wrong, but he can't stop. Well, hopefully he can be functional here for us. That's rough. I don't think I need to organize my troops here. I already did this, right? Yeah, I attacked with the other group last turn. Okay. And on this side here, so look at the map. So Icekaleo had the two castles here. Now the castle belongs to us, so, but we are going to retreat here, so we are going to keep our original castle, which is Aston. But now all of the troops are here, so they have the entire army back in the same spot, as you can see. Trouble for them is that they basically don't have a whole lot of creatures anymore, but I'm pretty sure they can at least create a group of 3 very powerful armies here. Well, not our problem on this turn here. Oh, they actually left a demon level 8 behind. Wow, man, we need that. We need to drop somebody here. Let's drop one of the golems for sure. So let's make this work. So it costs 85 rune power. So here we have 25 plus 40, we have 65 plus 20, 85. Yeah, we have enough. We just need to move our troops around here. So let's get this Pegasus here. Oh, pretty close. Let's actually switch this with this one. There you go. Worked. So we have a demon and an angel with Paternus here. Very interesting. This team is actually extremely strong. It really is. So what you do when you're going to move from a castle that is not yours and is not going to be yours anymore, you delete everything. You don't give the enemy the advantage of having the extra creatures. And there you go, let's move our guys here. This team here is no trouble. As I said before, they are a bunch of grinders. So they are not strong enough to end the fight quickly. But in the grinding game, this team is absolutely the best we can muster here from the Leonia, between the Leonia Knights here. Okay. Alright, we're ready for the next turn, for the next action. Okay, so we retreated. Hopefully we are not going to get attacked here, but we might. So as I said, they were able to create the one team to defend here and the other team to defend here. So these two teams are very strong, basically because they are composed of the absolute best that's left of the kingdom. But that's Calion's problem, it's not our problem. They are not going to attack us this turn here. They just move the troops, so let's worry about this side here. So they have Vaynard, which is always the guy we avoid, so no chance of attacking here. So we're going to attack here again. This time the team is slightly weaker than the first we fought. They have 2 healers. And actually I was researching her name after last episode because I was like, I want to learn how to pronounce that. I was actually half right. This is a French name. So Brigandine or Brigandine, both are correct depending on the source you research. But the actual name is French. So it's like Brigandine or something like that, you know. My French is not amazing. But there you go, Brigandine. So let's save and let's attack. So hopefully after this battle we can evolve our mage. After we start leveling up pretty good our 2 main armies in the south and in the north here, hopefully we can start working on a 3rd, because you usually need at least 3 decent armies, 2 for attacking and 1 for protecting. So leveling up an extra army is always useful. So far the scariest country is for sure Leonia. They are being more aggressive than they usually behave in this game. They usually wait more, but they went straight into business this time around. And they are very dangerous because they have 2 extremely powerful knights, which is Kai or Kay, which is their leader, which is the most powerful mage in the game. And you have Dinadan or Dinadan, which is the paladin, which, as I said, is a freaking tank, very hard to defeat. And sometimes they attack with both together. That's, I think, probably the single worst combination of knights you can get in the game to fight against. Even with a high level army, they can be trouble, you know. It's not guaranteed that you are going to win. Okay. So protect the queen here. Luckily her army is very fast. All flying creatures. This one's going to be awkward because there's 2 level 10s, so we are going to alternate. That's never good for planning, because you're like, oh, so the next attack we deal to this enemy here, we are going to kill it and we're going to get the XP and all that stuff. But then the action switches to the other knight, and there goes your plan, you know. Okay, so we should be good to go here. They're not going to come yet. Only the fairy. If the Hydra advances, we need to kill the Hydra as quickly as possible. The Hydra is actually very dangerous because of the breath. So the Hydra is a blue enemy, so it's pretty good against dragons because dragons are from the red elements, right? And they have the ice breath, gets 4 hexes, so it gets a huge line. And the evolved version I think gets like 5. So it's just a brutal enemy to deal with. The thing is, as I said before, the main problem with the Hydras is that it's just terrible to level up. It's very annoying. Because they are even slower than the golems, you know. When they hit very hard. But when they are behind, they are pretty much useless, you know. They might use the breath here. Let me check. Yeah, I think they can use the breath here. I don't think they will, but it's a possibility. Let's move Kylo here. Oops, almost messed that up. Usually when I lose in this game, like very badly, is because I messed up the wall. Basically, sometimes it happens, you're just clicking stuff, and then like you misclicked or you click too fast, and then the enemy ends up perforating or penetrating your line, you know? Okay. So far everything's okay. Air Storm, we're going to take a little bit of damage here. But that's going to be more XP for us eventually. But unfortunately we need to focus on the Hydra here. It's way too dangerous to leave it here. I can't hit the Hydra with a Divine Ray, which is a shame. So I'm going to use Holy Word just to do a little bit of damage to it. I cannot wait for the enemy to bring more troops to catch more people. Because of the makeup of the turns. In the next turns, Brigandine will act first. And when she acts, she might cause trouble. So might as well just deal with the problem right now. There you go. Obviously the Hydra is going to deal more damage to us too, because of the difference in elements. But as I said, we need to kill the Hydra before. Oh, there you go. Problem solved. Before it starts attacking us here. The best army I was ever able to assemble. Vaynard in Norgard, which is the king. He had 2 of these leveled up, and I forgot the name of the creature. Is the ultimate white dragon. When the white dragon reaches Fafnir, I think. So it was a Fafnir and 2 of these powered up Hydras, and they would just blast entire lines of enemies in my turn. And Vaynard also has wait it. My voice went away completely. My voice vanished. Yeah, so I would use all of the area stuff at the same time. It would like brutalize enemies. So that's the idea when you level up dragons. Choose the breath and the Hydra, right? So let's see what we can do here. Alright, the Hydra is going to die for sure. The Giant is going to die. Let me see if I can actually kill the Jin 2. With that, our guy is going to get a colossal amount of XP. I'm going to have to put this guy right here just to close the wall. My voice completely died. First time. 114 videos for the channel. First time my voice completely died. So let's see. Please kill the Hydra, please. There it is. There you go. So we can level him up. So I'm going to show you guys. What do I do here? Actually, it's kind of a weird positioning here. I'm actually going to attack the dragon, I think. So let's use Curse. Then let's... Oh, the giant is way too far away. If it was a little bit closer, we could defeat the dragon here. the way this is organized here is not gonna happen. So let's just use Kyla for one attack here. Hopefully it doesn't die here. We'll see. No, they are already retreating, so we already won. That's great. Oh, but they left her behind. That's always rough. So our Chantail here also entered the rotation of level 10, so he might act next. But since I don't know if he's going to act next or not, might as well just, you know, attack with Lioness here. There you go, that's a fantastic hit. Hopefully this idea is going to pay off here. Otherwise I'm going to lose the rock. Please don't kill her. Please don't kill her. Thank you very, very much. Nice Griff. Nice Griff. Okay. Oh, that was not a good hit. What I was trying to do here, basically, since she's going to hit both Brigandine here and the Wyvern, the idea was to kill both with the Holy Word. Unfortunately, this last attack by my Griffin here sucked, but Brigandine is going to go down here, so that's okay. How rude of you to hurt me like this. You'll pay for this. Probably not. Oh, that was so close. But we got a bunch of XP. There you go. That, as I said, this one was going to be easier. The makeup of their team was terrible. They had 2 healers and a ranged 1. Kind of rough to do anything with that. Man, we are leveling up so fast. Okay, so they got their stuff. Oh, man, Norgard is in such trouble. They are in a terrible situation. They really are. One thing that we cannot do is to like level up forever here until everybody's like level 20 or something. Reason being, the enemies are also leveling their creatures and their knights. So if we wait forever here, for like another like 20 turns or something like that, what ends up happening is that they will be as powerful as we are. So they will have a lot of level 10 and level 20 leveled up creatures. And that could massively scale the difficulty of the late game battles for us, you know. So early in the first and maybe in the second year, we are in the year 215, as you can see in the top left there. So far it's fine, but eventually we are going to need to start actually attacking, you know. So Aston is fine. Let me see if, yeah, there's actually a goal here. Let's just delete the goal. We don't have rune power for a goal in the army anyway. Alright, so in this turn we're going to attack again, and we're going to see what Ice Calio is going to try to do to us here, while trying to deal with Carleon here. They basically are, yeah, they are basically completely surrounded us. So they can bring like one good knight from here, one good knight from here, and another good knight from here to bring like a super army to attack us, you know. So we have to be careful here. So let's actually level up our guys here. Class change. So there you go, up. So this is our action list. We have Flame, we have Thunder, which is slightly more powerful Flame, so to speak. And we have Geno Flame, which is the area spell that we've been using. So if we transform him into a sorcerer, he's going to have the Geno Flame, the Exablast, which is like the curse or the divine ray from the angel and the demon, but slightly more powerful and is a elemental spell. I think is a red element spell. Yeah, red magic. There you go. A thermal explosion. And if we get the druid, we actually get curse, that actual spell from the demon. So I'm leaning more towards this one, because when the druid levels up to until level 20, they become necromancers, and the necromancers I think have the meteor doom spell, which is basically meteor shower from D&D, you know, same thing. And the sorcerers, they become wizards, I think. There's actually one wizard that we can check here to see which skills they have. Let me show you guys. His name is either Gaish or Gish, one of the two. We'll talk a little bit more about the Isgar's Empire when the time comes. There you go. That's a leveled up wizard. There's no necromancers, by the way. Only druids. There's not a single necromancer. You have to level the guys up to create one. They have Geno Thunder, which is a very good spell. And they also have Geno Frost and Geno Flame. What that means is that they can choose the element that they need in the moment. And if it's not like an elemental thing, they can simply use Geno Thunder, which is a... If you have Flame and Geno Flame is the powered up version, obviously the Geno Thunder is going to be the powered up version of the Thunder spell. But the Thunder spell is less reliant on actual elemental damage. It's more like brute force, more like pure elemental damage, you know, arcane damage, so to speak. So I think I'm gonna go with the Necromancer, but it's not like the mage is bad. It's just that the Necromancer, in the long run, is going to be more powerful because of the Meteor Doom spell, which is more powerful than the Geno Thunder spell. Actually, I'm going to keep this wyvern for me. So basically that's it. Kyloff can't level up yet. Lioness will never change classes. So let's change here. There you go. So Druid. There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna move my guys again here. Okay. Alright, so let's see the situation here. So the team in Aston stays in Aston. Our main team here is back to move back to Humber. Okay, the rest is either incapacitated or doing quests. That's it. So as you can see, we've been attacking a lot here in Norgard, and because of the damage we have been doing to them here, Almekia actually has been progressing a lot in this side here, in the western front. And down here, actually, we are still in the first year of the game, and I've never seen Caerleon so offensive, so to speak. They already conquered 4 forts. They are usually kind of a more defensive nation, but there's a first time for everything, so they are really going for it here. And this next turn we might suffer like a huge attack from like several fronts, and this could be trouble, but we'll see. But this is for the next episode. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.